Hey, everybody, and welcome to GEG APAC Weekend 8.0. This was the last of my session, but we got another one coming up a little bit later where Sudipta is going to share with you some things to make you more efficient as a teacher. But this session is going to be on Adobe Express, focusing on the video tool. Of course, there's other things going on around the Asia Pacific region, but we're deliberately trying to keep things a little bit shorter this time around. So we're going to jump right into it. Let me just kind of share my screen here so you can get a sense of what we're doing today. And I'm going to share my tab because I want some audio to be heard from time to time. All right, and I know you can see that now, so I'm just going to put that in the slideshow mode. So this is actually the first part of a two-part series, right? First part, make your video. Second, using Adobe Express. And the second part, take your tailor-made video and turn it into an Edpuzzle assessment. So if you do make your own video based on what you're going to see in this session, have a look at the Edpuzzle session and then think about how you can use your video for an activity or a lesson or an assessment for your students. Now, I don't anticipate a lot of people watching in real time, but if you are, go ahead and have a look at post your comments in the live chat in YouTube, and I'll try to get to them as we go through. Session will take about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but we'll have to wait and see. So basically, Adobe Express is a video creation tool in which you can use copyright-free images, stock video, transitions based on themes are created for you. It's a really simple video tool, but it's very effective in how it looks, which is why I highly recommend it. User-friendly, even for elementary students, and copyright-free items are already embedded, which is, of course, we have to be academically honest, so I think that's super important. Again, this session is just to kind of be a little bit short and show you how you can use stuff. Now, if you would like to follow along, let me just go back and get into my training thing here, because if you would like to follow along and create as I show you or create later, I'm going to just pop in the chat or the comments, I should say. All right, so if you want to go to the comments here, I'm going to post in a folder with material to play with. Whoa, and that's caps locked there, sorry. The World Heritage stuff, the Kyoto stuff, it's all cited for you. So if you want to play around, go ahead and do that. So again, here are the features about why you might use Adobe Express. First, you can upload video clips and images, or you can download them and use them from within the tool. There is a copyright-free music library, or you can upload your own music. Go to the YouTube audio library and find what you like and then upload if you're not happy with what Adobe has. I'm sure you'll find something. Again, the in-app resources are all copyright-free and they're cited for you. There's not a lot of design options, so not a lot of formatting features, which is great because you and your students spend more time focusing on the content and the delivery and the message and the visuals than really transitions and what's the best text font and things like that. We're not Hollywood directors here, right? Video trimming you can do. There's in-app audio recording, which will show you how it works in a bit. You can collaborate with other people. You can invite people to come in and collaborate on a project, which is great. The editing is really quick. There's auto formatting, and there's a template library you can use as well. We're going to build from scratch today because I think that's what is most realistic for what you're going to do. Okay. So first, we're going to have a look at some examples, right? What does this do? I want to start with the Econ Queens. Now, I have one new example of what's out there in the world today, and I'll show you in a moment. But I want to show you an old version of two actually old assessments, because I do want to focus on assessment here as well, right? Now, I'm using social studies. But I'm going to show you how it can be done in a social studies kind of classroom. You can do this in any class. The first, we'll go with the most basic, is a political cartoon analysis. Let's go to this one right here, I think it is. Okay, now let me just share this tab so you can see it. And pay attention to the video transitions and things like this here.
During the French Revolution and give us different perspectives. I will be analyzing one cartoon. This political cartoon is an etching from James Gilray, a British caricature and printmaker, in the year 1793. James Gilray had made this etching while the French Revolution was still going on and created this to commemorate the death of Louis XVI. At the bottom, the caption reads,
My apologies, I'm jumping ahead here.
At the bottom.
Okay, now we'll look at another one. All right, I'm going to show you short little clips of a few of them here.
Revolution. Elites in other European countries did not want their people to do the same as France, so they tried to make it seem useless to revolt. This cartoon was drawn by James Gilray on December 21st, 1792, which was during the French Revolution. This cartoon...
Okay, so note with these, right, the transitions. I'm going to show you one more, all right, because it's different, not just a political cartoon.
Hey friends, it's me again, Lily, and welcome back to my channel, Media Madness. Today, I'll be telling you all about using the media in a safe and productive way, getting the most credible and important data. The first thing I'm going to be talking to you guys about is media buy.
Okay, now I'm going to come back to our slide deck here. So with those three examples, right, note the transitions and all that stuff. They're done for the student based on the theme, or the teacher, because I have my own versions of this as well. Based on the theme that they choose within the app, all the transitions are done for you, right? So it's a very user-friendly tool, I feel. I want to show you one more example of using group work where you can still give students a separate grade. And this is one here that some of our senior students did when they were in grade 10, actually. So basically, they had to, like, part of their assignment was you were working on a YouTube team. So you're a YouTuber, and you had to come up with your theme and break it down into its smaller parts. And then you've got to create consistent branded videos for your YouTube channel on that one particular topic for a playlist. And so that's what these students did. They took mixed economies, and they broke down mixed economies into short, about 1 minute videos of each element of a mixed economy. And note, they did their branding, they got their logo, which they also made in Adobe Express. All the videos start and end with the exact same language, the introduction to the video and the YouTube channel, and the extra to the video and the channel. And everything in the middle, all the transitions, the themes, it's all consistent. The students worked together to collaborate to create something consistent. And then they created their own video, which was graded by the teacher. And so you can see the playlist here. If you went through, you can see the last one is slightly long, so there was a bit of a mix there, or the topic was just kind of long, but the rest are roughly about 1.5 minutes. First one might be a little bit short. So here's an example. Those are examples of how you can do assessment with Adobe Video. You're a YouTuber, create a playlist with your group, or just a video, or they can do some kind of analysis or that kind of thing. You're the teacher, you know your subject, you make those decisions. Let's see. I do want to just highlight too, you can create videos for, doing presentations for your faculty or your staff, your clubs. Why join Model UN? I've used Adobe Express to create my TED Ed Club and Model UN Club videos. I used something a little more advanced for my soccer stuff. But my point being, you can use these for your clubs and activities as well. So what we want to do is actually make something. Oh, before we do, actually, here are another couple of ideas that I think with the graphics feature of Adobe Express, why not create memes and then you can tweet them out, share them on X and so Instagram posts. These are kind of fun for shorter activities, or if you want to do like a class campaign kind of thing. This one was kind of fun that we did with a student. So just a couple more ideas there. But what I'm going to do is jump into Adobe Express. Now, Adobe Express is free, okay? And essentially, there are extra features you can use if you've got the paid version. I think the free version is good enough, but if your school doesn't have the budget, don't worry about that. So before we move on, I'm going to point out what I always do is have my, now you're not going to be able to see that because I am not sharing a window. But what I do want to point out is I always have, and I'll share this in a tab, I always have my text and my links and my videos and all that stuff, everything ready in a folder somewhere. Okay. That's kind of how I roll, because it makes production of something go a lot more quickly. And so I'm just going to go with, let me just pick up my Adobe stuff here. I'll share my tab with you in a moment. I want to find, excuse me, got a little itchy finger going here. There we go. I'm going to find the tool that I want there, the thing I want to share with you. Okay, so first off, here I've got all my text, which you just saw. Secondly, I'm working in my browser here, but you can do this with your phone. You can do it with a tablet, with an iPad, and that kind of thing. All right. So you are going to create this or something like it. Okay, we're moving a bit slow here because we're in the cloud, I suppose. Or I may have moved some files. All righty. Let's try to work this again. See what's going on here. Maybe I'll just refresh the tab and then we'll see. Yeah. Okay, now we are working in the cloud. I actually do have strong Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure what exactly is going on here. Let me stop sharing this because I think it's really important for you to see what we're going to do. All right, so I'm gonna share my entire screen here with you. Now you might not hear the audio in this, but this is what we are going to create. It's going to be an Instagram post. Okay.
Kyoto is an ancient yet modern Japanese city that boasts 17 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. In this video, we'll step back in time to experience UNESCO World Heritage, the power of the Tokugawa.
Okay, now I kind of jumped through that rather quickly, but that's what we are going to make. Now I'm going to stop sharing again and reshare because I want to get to the tabs so that you can actually hear what we're going to do. All right. So thanks for that. We're going to go right back to our dashboard. So now let's start building. And again, I'm going to do something on Kyoto because I already have my images and things. I'm going to use my own images so I don't have to worry about copyright, but you can use stuff within Adobe if you want. So right up here, now there's different ways to actually get started in Adobe. You see these little thumbnails at the bottom. You can do that. You can scroll down. You can use their AI generative AI text to image and that kind of thing if you want, but I'm going to build on my own here. And of course you've got your video photo document. You can create from here. I'm in the habit of going to the plus button right here. So what I'm going to do is actually use the plus button. And so you've got the scrolling feature where you can have a look. You can directly upload media. You've got quick actions where you can scroll down and find things. I'm going to go with create, and I'm not going to go with custom size. That's good if you're making like that perfect YouTube banner, the Google Classroom, or your learning management system banner, or that kind of thing. For me, I know I want to do an Instagram or a Twitter X post. So I'm just going to choose the square because I know the square is exactly the size that I want, right? 1080 by 1080. Now, the Gen AI stuff is kind of fun, but that's not our purpose today. So what we're going to do, I'm going to close this. Now it says text to template, which means you could start typing things up, with your text ideas and create stuff. And that'd be copyright free too, because it's AI, but I want to go with my own photos, right? So now what you want to start with is your plan. Make sure you have your text. Make sure you know what it is that you want to do. so that we're in this stage, it's going to go very quickly. Now, first thing that you're going to do, for me, I'm going to add my media. So I'm going to click right over here on that side, and I'm going to click media. Now, again, you could use the AI and then just type in text for something that you might want, but I'm going to use my own. I will note that with media, this is where you can look for videos and where you can get your audio or upload your own videos and upload your own audio. So I'm going to actually upload from my device. And I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to go to where I've got my resources here. And we're going with Kyoto this time. So we're going to start, maybe I'll start with a different, let's see. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's got a nice contrast with color and that kind of thing. Okay, so now I've got my image here, but I want to make it look good for Instagram. So I'm going to tap on it. And if I double click, I can actually crop out things that I might not like. You know, if I wanted to get a little bit more of a focus on that without losing things. Now, that's one thing I can do. You don't have to crop, of course. What I normally do is just put that kind of in the space there, and then I'll kind of look for what's that I want. I always align down the middle, or horizontally or vertically. But there, that kind of looks like what I would like. And it's got a nice orange background, the Torii gates. So that means I can have my text really pop, really stand out. Now, now what I want to do, I'm going to go with media here, and excuse me. And I just realized here, I've led you astray. I'm jumping into a graphic thing here right away. Sorry, I've been kind of a little bit flustered these days. A lot going on. I'm going to click, I'm going to choose video here. And I'm going to not choose a YouTube video or a YouTube short. I'm going to go with not an Instagram story either. I'm going to go with Twitter video, actually, create from scratch. You know what? No, I want to go with an Insta thing. Hold on. Let me go back there. Just bear with me. We're going to go through the same process just really quickly. Insta Reel, I'm going to start from You know what? Let me show you what. Let's say I create from scratch and I go with a YouTube video, and just like I did a moment ago and I don't like it, I can just click resize, and then I'm going to go with 1080 by 1080, like a Facebook post or an Instagram carousel or something like that. Click resize. There, I've got my square. Okay, now we're back on track. I am going to go to media and put that image in again. This time, I don't think I'll crop it. What I'll do is just drag it and make it rather large and put it kind of right there. I still have to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, there. So now you can see I've got my video feature here. All right, again, apologies. I went straight to the graphics. I get excited sometimes. What I'm going to do first, now, if I mouse over here, I could duplicate if I want. I don't want to do that. You can see that this is about 5 seconds. I don't have to mouse over. I just have to tap on it. So I'm going to add my next image. Now, this could be a video, but I'm just going with a photo video that I'm making here, right? So I'm going to upload another one from my device. I'm going to get all my stuff in there first. So Kinkakuji is kind of cool. I'll put that in there. I know that's 5 seconds long. I'm going to add my next scene. And I'm going to get everything in there first, right? And then I'm going to go and I'm going to deal with fixing things up. So you see the process here. I'm just adding my scenes. I'll do my quick edits in a moment. Okay, so here, kind of like before, I'm just going to make this so that it covers the whole palette and trying to resize it just a little bit. There we go. That's looking good. So do you see how this isn't really that complicated? You know, that one's a little bit tricky because I think I've got a better photo than that. In fact, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to add a new photo. Notice that it's still there. Like I haven't deleted the actual frame. Okay, look at that. See, that's a lot nicer. So I'm going to go with that one right there. And I'll put that kind of like that. Maybe just center it a bit more. There we go. All right. And note that I'm just fairly quickly, I have an image of what I want to do, right? That's why this is going fairly quickly. And my last one here. And you're going to see how this process can go quickly how even more quickly with text and that. So I've got all my frames, my scenes. This one I'm actually going to duplicate. You see here I'm down to my first one because I'm going to put that at the end. I've duplicated it. I'm just going to click that and drag it and pop it at the end because I want to start and end my video with the same kind of, the same intro, the same extra kind of deal. Now remember, I have got all of my text set up. I've just put my images in. I have my text now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in like the headings, right? Like the topics. So I'm going to go here to where it says text. So let me get some water here as my voice is getting a bit kind of, I don't know, raspy. All right, there. Finished my coffee off. I'm just going to add my own text, but if you scroll through, you can see like different kinds of designs that you can do. But I like just adding my own text here. So Kyoto, Japan, World Heritage City. And you know what? I always like to have, for some reason, I like all caps. I don't know. I'm kind of weird. There we go. I'm going to go World. And this is a cool city. World Heritage City. All right. So now I've got that in there. But really, you can't see it. It doesn't look good, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my formatting. I mean, I think the obvious fill here, and then just note here on the side on the left, that's where you're going to do all your formatting. So I'm going to click fill, and I'm going to choose white, but I'm not quite there yet. So let me close that. I'm going to change the alignment. You see, all the little things I'm working with here. You'll figure out how to use this quickly. Let's see how that's going to look. Oh, I kind of like that, but I don't like the world being so huge, right? Let's see. We'll go back to the default. That's not really going to work. But you see how they have the text layouts that are kind of cool? I'm going to go with a regular one. And instead of using that, and note how this resizes automatically too. I do like that. That's kind of cool. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so that World Heritage City is all together. In fact, I think just the World Heritage City, I'm going to reduce. So I can keep my Kyoto, Japan nice and large, but the World Heritage City, let's make that about 90 and see what happens. Okay, now I'm getting closer. Oh, okay. I like that. I think that looks kind of cool. So I'm going to close that up. And the one last little thing I think I'm going to do is put some kind of effect on it. You could play around and do these kind of different text effects. I tend not to do that because it gets a little cartoonish. So yeah, that doesn't. So I'm going to take that out. But you can do text effects. I think I'm just going to put a shadow on this. And I'm one of those boring guys that kind of like that regular shadow kind of thing. Maybe I'll make this, maybe I'll center it a little bit just to make sure that when it goes on Instagram or Twitter or social media, it looks good. Now, what I'm going to do though, I'm going to close this. I've got all the effects that I want. You could do, other effects and things if you want. What I'm going to do is just tap that. I'm going to command and copy, and I'm going to go right down to my last one here, right? Oh, in fact, you'll notice I am at my last one. So I got to put this in the beginning, right? That's what I want. So command paste, and great. So now I know that I've got everything there, but my other ones don't have anything, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to now start to stylize it. Well, not stylize it. I'm going to create my customizations. That's what I want. And now I'm not going to do the whole Kyoto, Japan. We know we're there. And Inkakuji. Now, I think what I'm going to do is add a little bit more text here, though, right? So what I'm going to do is take this, and I'm going to make my titles with these for all of them. So that's a good one. I think that's okay. Oop, but no, I don't want that, because what I want to do is now note the white on the black, because I have the shadow there. It kind of works, right? So I want to, let me tap out of that. Let me tap back in. No, here we go. So I'm going to command copy, and I'm going to go to my other ones, and I'm just going to my other images, that is, and I'm just going to paste that. And so now I'm going to go back and I'm just going to change them. Kiyomizudera and Kiyomizudera, and I'm just going to change the sizing. Note this one, I kind of want deliberately a little bit on the left here. All right, and I'm going to go with Rowanji. Yeah, make sure that Rowanji. And let's do the last one, Nijo Castle. Nijo Castle. Let's make sure we spell it correctly. All right, so that's not too bad. I'd probably spend a bit more time playing with it and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do now is kind of add a little bit more text, right? A little descriptive text. So let's see. We'll start. I'm just going to do one or two here so you see how it goes. Kinkakuji. Let's see. I'm going to go with, let's just put it all in there. Why not? So let me go back. So I've copied my text. Now what I'm going to do is put another text box in here. And I'm going to add my text. I'm already going to format it here because I know that that is way too much text. So now see here. Now that I've tapped in here, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go, whoa, let's put that down to about 24 and see how it looks. So that's too much text. I wouldn't normally put that much text in something. All right, but I am going to just kind of take and put it down here. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just go with the main text. You get the idea. You'll play with this on your own and stylize it. Notice I'm changing the text color here, and I'm going to go with shadow again because it makes the text stand out a little bit more. And I'm going to put this down here. And so what I would normally do is, kind of record the text that's here and maybe add a little bit more information, right? But what we're going to do is just show you how to record from the beginning. All right. So now I've got, whoa. All right. There we go. Now I want to do I want to record some kind of introduction kind of deal, right? So excuse me. So what I'm going to do is now, first, actually, let's have a look at the transitions in that. Now you're going to notice when I record things, okay, now you're going to notice that there is no transition. It just goes bang. Yeah, and I don't like that. So this part right here, you see the plus button? If you click on the plus button, it says add transition. You could add a new scene in here if you wanted to, if you're like, oh no, I got to add a scene, you can do it right there. But I'm going to go with the transition. Push, I think that's kind of cool. Let's see, push it that way, push it down, push it up. And then you could kind of stylize it a little bit more, make it a little bit slower. I'm not really big in that one though. So I think I'll close that slide. Not too different from push. Let's close that. I'm a dissolve kind of guy anyway. So let's go with maybe 1.5 seconds for the dissolve. There we go. Let's preview it. Yeah, that's how it's going to. All right. I think that's all right. But you got to do that for everyone, right? Add transition, choose dissolve. All right. You can change all this stuff a little bit later if you want. So don't fret if it takes just a little bit of extra time. Not a big deal. All right. So I think I've got all my transitions in there. All right, I'm going to choose dissolve. Oops, I didn't want to add a scene, so I'm just going to click undo, that. And let me click dissolve, transition right there. We'll go with dissolve again. Good. We are good. So I'm going to go back to the beginning now. I'm just going to grab my cursor. Okay, and I'm going to start recording my audio here. So let me close this, close that. And let me just kind of zoom out. So you notice I've zoomed in a little bit too much there. I'm going to go back to media here on the left side. And I'm going to choose audio. And so from the very beginning, note here, I'm at the beginning of my video. I'm going to do record voiceover. So when I hit recording, it's going to come down. I am using a Yeti microphone right now, but anything like this, your earbuds would be completely fine. Oh, and I see Vihas is chatting with us. This is called Adobe Express. Let me just quickly put a comment in there. And again, it's free. And I got my cap locks on. Sorry about that. It's called Adobe Express. And again, it's free. So I'm going to click start recording, and I'm going to record my voiceover. And you notice the bubbles there, so I'm doing fine. Kyoto, Japan is the home of 17 World Cultural Heritage Sites. You should certainly go to Kyoto, Japan. Okay, so I can listen to see how that sounds. So I'm gonna grab my cursor, pull it back. Kyoto, Japan is the home of 17 World Cultural Heritage Sites. You should. Okay, so now my problem here should be obvious. I've spoken longer than this image, but never fear. All you have to do is click and drag that and drop it right there. Maybe just pull it down just a little bit more. And let's see. Now my recording's 9.5 seconds. This is 9.6, so I'm just going to change the duration a little bit. I'm going to make sure that it's the right length of time so that it matches the audio. So you can play with that just a little bit. If you click on your ellipse, you can look at the timing and that kind of thing, and then change that a little bit. All right, so let me just hide that actually. And so now I'm going to do my next one. So I know my next thing here, I've got my text in there. So I'm really just going to read that. I do think it's better to, kind of add or embellish a bit, but that's your choice. So I'm going to put my cursor right here, and I'm going to start recording my next little bit. Okay. Kinkakuji, the Temple of the Golden Pavilion, began as the villa of an aristocrat and a waka poet in the year, whatever it is, because I can't exactly remember. So I'm going to finish my recording. If I'm happy with the sound of the Golden Pavilion, okay, that's good. But needless to say, I have to align everything. So I'm just going to make sure that aligns, that the image and the sound all kind of work together. Let's see, the audio and the video. Let me click on here so I can see. We gotta just make these fit a little bit better together, right? So let me just move that a bit, pull this up a little bit more. Yeah. There, you have to tap in to be able to click and drag, and there we go. I'm gonna actually, I can't make that any longer. You can make the images longer, but you can't make the audio longer, obviously, because the audio is specific. It's very specific, isn't it? Now I want to put in my background music, so I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go here under audio. All of this stuff is background music, right? And you've got different styles and things like that. I'm not going to play all of them. I'm just going to go with one, but you would obviously take your time and think about what is the best for you. Whoops. Let me go with, let's see, not hip hop, film, cinematic winter ambience. Oh, all right. And now I've got it looped as well, which means it's going to keep going. Now, the thing is, I want to make sure it's not too overpowering for my audio, right? So what I want to do is listen. That's obviously way, way too loud, right? So here, I'm not going to mute it, but certainly go. Okay, so 19% even is just still too loud. Let's see what 10% sounds like. Kyoto, Japan. Kinkaku-ji, the temp. Okay, and you know, it's great that it's nice and loud, but can't hear myself. Of the Golden Pavilion began as the villa of an aristocrat. So, you know, I'm going to take that even down to 2%. See how that sounds. The Waka poet in the year, whatever it is, whatever. Yeah, so in that sense, you can. Golden Pavilion began as the villa of an aristocrat. And, you know, find the right kind of music, find the right, you know, balance between your voice as well as the background music. And so you can see here, it's got my loop. So if you have it on loop, then it means that it's going to create it for your whole thing, which is great. If you don't have the loop, though, all you have to do is just click on the ellipse, and then you can choose duplicate, and then it'll just put another copy of that little clip in there anyway. So now what you want to do, we've created this. We want to, well, if you want to collaborate with other people, let me show a few other features here. If you click on this, that's where you're going to add the emails of the people that are intended to collaborate. Now, if you want to, let me just go here. If you want to share it with the world, now you can share anything you make in Adobe this way. So this is where you can share it with social media and things like that. This is where you can publish it to the web too. And this means it's going to be published within your Adobe account that everybody else can kind of see. So I'm not going to get into that. That's not the point of this session right now. But let's say you've got a learning management system, whether it's Google Classroom or whether it's you know, Schoology or Toddle, whatever it is. Microsoft Teams, this is where you're going to click download right here. And then it's going to take some time because this works in the cloud, right? So because it works in the cloud, it might take a little bit of time. You're going to want to have strong Wi-Fi. Now, I'm not going to do the whole download here. I'm just going to, you can see that it's working. I've got pretty strong Wi-Fi, actually, so this is going pretty quickly. So then what you're going to do is have your students, or even yourself, wherever you're going to upload it, you know, wherever you download it, then now you've got the file that you can upload. But you'll notice my download was just called Untitled. So we got one little thing here that you want to remember, and that means to give it a title. So here I'm going to put Kyoto assignment, or in my case, it might, oh, I put an H in there. That's not right. Kyoto sample, because this is a sample for what my students are going to do. So you might want to remember to change the name of your file before you download it. But I've already downloaded it, so I just go to where my downloads are, and that's the file that I'm going to upload or share with my students as a sample, or they would share with you. Now, there's loads of other stuff you can do with Adobe. This is just the video feature, and I've only had about 35, 40 minutes to show you the main ideas here. So I'm going to stop sharing my my screen here. I hope you've enjoyed that. Vihas, thanks for kind of joining in. Adobe Express, fantastic tool. We're going to end the session right there because I got to go. But I hope you you got something out of that. Find me at Nathan Gildart. And of course, there are other sessions still going on with GEG APAC Weekend 8.0. Do a Google search for GEG APAC, and then you'll find the links that'll take you to what's available. We got one more in English coming up later tonight, 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time, on how to organize yourself. Good organization tool. Efficiency tools really for teachers. So I hope you can join Sudeepta at GEG Kolkata for that one. And yeah, we'll catch you again. Bye-bye.